at home, what is Zombie Vikings?
It's a game. Well, sorry, I'm tired. It's a brawler, and we call it a hack venture because it's really a brawler that's based a lot around really strong story, of course, very strong storyline. It's a 1 to 4 player brawler where you go through sort of like a giant adventure where it's really about it's a crazy story about Odin actually losing his last eye.
Right, okay.
And Loki runs off with this, and you're kind of chasing him. And Odin doesn't have any help from the gods, so what he does instead, he actually decides to wake up the best Vikings he ever met, in war, and sort of create these zombie Vikings out of them. So it sounds kind of simple, but as you go out of the story, it sort of turns into sort of like a really funny road movie where you actually get to see how these 4 very different characters have to sort of cooperate together. So basically, me and Andreas are usually coming up with the story, so we sort of develop the story itself, and then I do a lot of the character designs for the game, and Andreas does some too, and then we have Henrik, who's an amazing artist too, who wakes up with this. So we sort of team of artists, but I guess me and Andreas is like the main team of this. And then what we actually always did, which we also did for Stick It to Man, our previous game, is that we worked together with a dialogue writer, and at this time we're working together with a guy called Zach Weinersmith, who actually used to do, he still does, an amazing online comic called Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereals. Yeah, which is real. I'm sure a lot of the viewers out there know about it. It's actually quite big. So he's like a really, really funny guy, and he helps us with the script, puts a lot of jokes in there, and just like with our previous game, Stick It to the Man, our games are really about having like a lot of humor in there, a lot of character design, a lot of story, and it's about setting a really fun mood, and we want people to really laugh when they're actually playing the game, and not just in the gameplay, but also from the story itself and the way the characters are. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. When it comes to the papercraft style in the artwork, okay, well, how did you come about that? It's such a rare thing we see these days in games.
It kind of started out first with Stick It to the Man, and for a while I hadn't worked for game for a while just because I was getting a little bit tired of games actually, and I would develop like different styles, and one style we tried was to do for a short movie actually, and we tried to do some quick animations. How could we do quicker animations? How do we not have to do, like if you do a 3D model, it takes a lot of time to build the 3D models, and so for indie game, it's a good way to maybe find a different style that's actually easier to do, quicker to do, but still gets a lot of expression into the game.
Right, okay.
So it started with Stick It to the Man, and then from Stick It to the Man, we wanted to do something that's more colorful than Stick It to the Man was. So for this game, we're really trying to make it sort of look like when you sometimes read like concept art books from movies, and you look at the concept art and you're like, wow, it looks amazing, and when you see the movie, it doesn't actually always look as good, But here we really want each screenshot to really look like a painting, almost like you can see the brush strokes. You can.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, so that's where it's about, and it's also, the animation style is just a very funny way to show the characters, how they're like cut through heads. Very simple, kind of goofy animations, So yeah,
it's great because it also matches the comedy within the storyline as well. I'm yet to still see it, of course. I know Lula here was checking it out earlier. Of course, it's great. It's really, really good. It's excellent. So, how did you come about the concept for the characters? Is there a story behind them as well?
Yeah, that's kind of like I think the most interesting part of the game is really finding out. The simple story is, of course, chase Loki, get the eye back, but it's more interesting to find about what the characters are, where they come from. So, like for example, we have one character who's called Sigurd, which is basically he's half man, half squid, so he has like a squid inside his stomach. And the squid is really cute actually. She's a girl, she's called Inky Pinky. And through the story you find out, well, why are they actually welded together like that, and why did it happen to him? And in the story he ends up going back to his old fisher village where he comes from, where he was like a famous whale whisperer. And as he comes back there, you find out that the city is really pissed at him because the North Sea, who dominates this area, the ocean itself, is actually his pet. His pet was actually Inky Pinky, who's inside your stomach. So that's like one of the stories. So there's all these like crazy stories around each character that you actually get to find out about.
That's wicked. That is absolutely wicked. When are we expecting the release on Zombie Vikings?
So yeah, right now as we're speaking here, the guys at home are like crunching like crazy. So I guess I picked the good way to go away, a good time to go away. So we actually finish up the game right now. We already done a submission to Sony, so we expect it to come out the 1st of September. So it's very, very...
September this year, yeah?
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, folks, winning. Excellent. I think that's all we've got time for at the moment. But yeah, thank you very much, dude. That's great. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay, I'll shut up now.